The moment history shifts beneath royal stars, imagine for a second the thrilling transformation that awaits the Middletons. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, ascends to the throne as queen, a tidal wave of intrigue and curiosity will cascade around her beloved parents, Carole and Michael Middleton. Viewers, get ready for an emotional voyage into what could unfold, with every detail shimmering like royal jewels. From the outset, Carole and Michael Middleton have been celebrities in their own right, the architects of Kate's grounded, graceful public persona. Their warm smiles in the stands at Wimbledon, countless photographs at family events, the story of their business acumen and modest upbringing, all of these threads weave into one larger narrative. They have been part of the modern fairy tale from the beginning, but how will their lives shift when Kate becomes queen? Will they earn titles befitting monarchs themselves, or will tradition hold them at arm's length? The suspense is electrifying. The current norms of British royal protocol suggest that titles are primarily reserved for members of the bloodline, those born into dynasty or formally granted. Carole and Michael are beloved commoners. Even with their daughter crowned, the precedent hasn't favored elevating in-laws into nobility. But imaginative whispers and speculation swirl. Could modern monarchy embrace a new chapter? Could King Charles's example of honoring Camilla as queen consort pave the way for honoring Carole as queen mother figure, or Michael as a duke? The mystique of possibility grips the imagination. Watching the way royal titles have evolved over centuries, from dukedoms granted for political allegiance, to earldoms reflecting closeness to the crown, to modern life peerages, the system is both rigid and adaptive. Before Charles crowned Camilla, critics fretted over tradition. Yet the eventual elevation reflected a monarchy reoriented around emotional bonds, not just lineage. Could a similar flexibility extend to Kate's parents? It's a question both daring and delicious to explore. Carole Middleton, mother of the future queen, has quietly commanded attention for years. Celebrated for her baking, philanthropy, entrepreneurship, she embodies a modern British success story. Michael Middleton, ex-pilot and businessman, blends steady support with quiet pride. Their entire public presence has been a masterclass in family solidarity and normalcy amidst royal glamour. Now, as the world turns its eyes toward the future queen, some ask, might Carole be addressed officially as Queen Mother or Queen Dowager? And could Michael gain the style of His Royal Highness the Duke of Middleton, or something equally grand? These are not small titles, they're centuries of legacy and symbolic power. But tradition imposes its own guardrails. Historically, titles are not inherited through maternal lines alone, except in specific circumstances dictated by letters patent or Act of Parliament. The precedent of the Queen Mother, the widow of a king, doesn't quite apply until the monarch passes away. Even then, the title and role are not automatic. When Queen Elizabeth became queen in 1952, her mother, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, became known as Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, because her daughter was already Elizabeth and tradition allowed it. It was a unique circumstance. In contrast, Carole and Michael remain outside the direct bloodline. That said, the Windsors have occasionally made surprising decisions. Prince Philip was given the title Duke of Edinburgh when he married then Princess Elizabeth, even though he was not of the House of Windsor. That was a conscious decision to bind him into the noble structure. If Charles and Camilla could be elevated, could tradition bend for Kate's parents? Especially if the royal institution wants to emphasize family continuity, accessible identity, and modern inclusivity. A title could help legitimize a public role, perhaps patronage of charities, royal visits, ceremonial functions. Carole has charitable interests and Michael is quietly philanthropic. Aligning them with official royal duties could enhance the monarchy's reach and relatability. Critics would argue that granting titles to Kate's parents might undermine the concept of hereditary monarchy. They'd caution against diluting the pedigree of the institution, warning of slippery slopes. Supporters would counter, this is no weakening, it's modernization. The monarchy is not a museum piece, but a living institution. Reaching for relevance in the 21st century may require creative touches, and royal titles tied to love and family, not just blood. Legal and constitutional experts remind us, modern royal titles are governed by letters patent issued by the Crown. Charles or a future monarch could, in theory, create new dukedoms, earlships, baronies, and styles on advice. So while precedent doesn't lean toward in-law elevation, nothing prevents future kings from crafting unique roles. Camilla's title of Queen Consort was created by letters patent in 2022, Prince Louis and Princess Charlotte received titles as grandchildren of the monarch by decree. It's rare but within royal prerogative. If King William and Queen Catherine choose to honor Michael or Carole with courtesy titles, they could. It would be their gift, their vision of monarchy. Of course, public sentiment matters too. Already, news reports and culture commentators debate. Carole and Michael Middleton have earned a place in public affection. Their daughter is admired as grounded, compassionate, empathetic, traits often traced to her family. Will the public cheer if they are officially recognized? Or will there be criticism? Why not let royalty remain separate? Social media buzzes with polls, memes, commentary. The Middletons have fans who would love to see them honored. They also face scrutiny, from tabloid speculation to pointed critiques about privilege. Yet through it all, their reputation has remained solid. Financial implications arise too. Royal titles bring not just prestige but logistical infrastructure, security, staff, residences, protocol. If Carole or Michael acquired dukedoms, they'd presumably require allowances, estates, formal offices. That adds public accountability. Royal finances are already under scrutiny. Expanding the circle could spark debate about cost versus tradition. On the other hand, official recognition might streamline their charitable work, aligning them under the royal umbrella and providing clearer oversight, rather than the ambiguity of high-profile private citizens. Imagine the scene. Catherine is crowned queen in Westminster Abbey, the crown settling on her head, the nation holds its breath. King or queen steps down, new era dawns. Amidst the pomp, Carole and Michael stand just behind, perhaps seated in reserved royal pews, acknowledged as pillars of the new monarch's strength. In the royal procession, they might ride in a carriage, wearing subtle but elegant insignia. With ceremonial acknowledgement, the world sees that the future queen's roots are wrapped in loyalty, humility, family devotion. The gesture could resonate deeply as symbolism, the monarchy embracing modern values of inclusion and recognition beyond bloodlines. Yet pragmatism remains. Will they secretly thank the sovereign if titles are offered? Or graciously decline? Some insiders speculate Catherine might prefer privacy, a low-key role for her parents even in a constitutional monarchy. Carole and Michael have embraced a quieter public life so far, even as their daughter's profile soared. In that case, the family might choose symbolic gestures over full titles, perhaps honorary membership in royal orders, or defined patronages in official realms without the full regalia of nobility. That would satisfy modern branding while avoiding overt expansion of the titled class. In the end, when Kate becomes queen, the fate of Carole and Michael Middleton's status will rest on a balancing act between tradition and transformation. Royal history leans toward restraint, but modern trends lean toward emotional resonance. The question lingers: will the Middletons be honored as part of a modernizing monarchy, or remain beloved civilians outside the titled circle? It's the kind of tension that pulls viewers in, the kind of speculation that fills comment sections, the kind of narrative perfect for YouTube storytelling. So here's where my viewers come in. Picture the coronation drama, picture tradition meeting possibility, picture family ties woven into national identity. That's the heart of this story. And it isn't just about titles. It's about what monarchy means in the 21st century, how love and lineage intersect, how institutions evolve with purpose and heart. Carole and Michael Middleton may step into history's frame or remain admired on the sidelines. Their chapter will follow Kate's royal journey either way. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you enjoyed the ride, share it with fellow royal watchers, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because we want to hear you. Do you believe the Middletons will receive royal titles?